Next on Worcester News tonight, police search for suspects in the stabbing death of a city woman. The attack was caught on camera. And less than 2 weeks after a tragic fire, a Paxton animal shelter struggles to get back to business. Good evening, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. It was a gruesome scene on Murray Ave Wednesday morning. Police are searching for suspects in the fatal stabbing of a woman. The attack was captured by a business surveillance camera. And tonight, a community activist is speaking out, saying that incidents like this are becoming far too common in Maine South, and the city manager needs to take action.
We've had a lot of murders. This is a hard scrabbled area in this area. No other, from Wellington to right here, there's been no more murders throughout the city than that little stretch, that 800 feet, that one block area, and what happened here early this morning. So my message is to the manager, maybe you have to change the philosophy that we're not going to arrest our way out of it, change tactics, look at it differently, and get away from that phrase, we can't arrest our way out of it.
The city manager was unavailable for comment tonight. Our Olivia Lemon has more on this ongoing investigation.
Blood still on Murray Avenue hours after an early morning stabbing Wednesday.
It was horror. It was something that, you don't want to see. It's gruesome murder. How one person can do that to another.
Bob Kirsch says surveillance video from his business captured the fatal stabbing of Sharice Hill. Kirsch wouldn't share most of the video because of its graphic nature. It does show the 31-year-old Worcester woman being stabbed multiple times.
I'm sure, it's going to give them some kind of a lead, how many people were involved and, what went on there.
Police say Hill is known to them. They're not sure what the motive is, but are not ruling anything out at this point.
Based on what we could see, it looked like there was some sort of conversation taking place. Now, we don't know what it was over, of course, but that's certainly what we want to look into and see if this was anything involving narcotics or if there's an argument stemming from something else.
Police say they believe there were witnesses in the area at the time. They're asking anyone with any information to contact them right away.
We're trying to reach out to those who may have witnessed something or anything, however trivial it may be to them. It could be very important to us, and we're just trying to get the word out, and we're trying to get those people to come in so we can at least talk to them and identify them.
People in the area are concerned and hope the suspects are found soon.
Hopefully it's an isolated incident, like it's nothing to go, it won't go any further and whatnot, and hopefully that's all it was between them and whoever.
It is a little scary knowing that there are people out there that, have that potential of killing somebody.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
Tomorrow marks the 16th anniversary of the tragic Worcester cold storage building fire in the city. It was back in 1999 when 6 Worcester firefighters lost their lives battling the blaze. Today, a memorial and fire station stand at the site of the fire. A ceremony will be held by the fire department at 6 p.m. at the Franklin Street Station tomorrow. The Worcester man charged with misleading police in connection to a body that was found in a car burned returns to court today. 40-year-old Thomas Hogan is out on bail. Today's hearing set a future court date for January 8th. Hogan was arrested last month in connection to a woman's body found in a burned car back on Swan Ave. The victim has not been identified. Hogan has only been charged with misleading police at this time. The Blackstone mother, accused of murdering 2 of her infants and concealing the death of another child, wants some of the charges against her dropped. According to the Telegram, the attorney for Erica Murphy has filed motions to dismiss a charge of infant death concealment out of wedlock. The defense argues there's no rational basis for applying what it calls antiquated laws. The skeletal remains of the 3 of Murray's children were found in her home last September. Murray has pleaded not guilty. Workers at the Sweetpea animal shelter in Paxton are still devastated by the loss of more than 50 animals. More than a week since the fire destroyed the shelter, volunteers and supporters are doing all they can to get it back up and running. Our Patricia Nicholas has more.
More than a week after fire destroyed Sweetpea Animal Shelter in Paxton, volunteers are still picking up the pieces. Manager Melanie Kenedek says her life will never be the same.
I'm in here every day with these animals. It's going to take a long time, and it's going to be like with personal family losses. I just gonna have to learn how to live with this, but it's never gonna go away.
She's been told the fire was caused by heating or electrical issues. It claimed the lives of 38 cats and 13 dogs. She says even the animals who survived the blaze are still affected.
The animals that are at the vet are improving, but with carbon monoxide poisoning and the smoke inhalation, we can't say if they definitely will be 100% okay.
The shelter has been in the building for less than 2 months. They say they were in the process of renovating when the fire took place.
Engineers had already developed a floor plan. Everything was already in the works, just we were in the process of fundraising to raise the funds.
Since the fire, a GoFundMe page has raised more than $120,000. She says she had no idea about the amount of donations until our interview today.
That's incredible. It'll certainly help a lot to be able to rebuild, cover all of the items that were there.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
A fundraiser will be held this Sunday at Paxton Post 306 to help raise money for Sweetpea Animal Shelter. Families, children, and pets will be able to get their picture taken with Santa Claus and an elf from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Holiday refreshments and treats will also be available. They're asking for a $10 donation for the picture, and all of that money will go towards the shelter.
It's the right thing to do. They had a huge tragedy, and one of the things that we can do that takes very little out of us is hosting.
Again, that is this Sunday, December 6th from 11 to 3. Work to rehabilitate Worcester's Civil War monument gets underway today. The bronze Goddess of Victory statue, which sits atop the memorial on Worcester City Hall Common, was removed by crane. It's expected to be gone for several months. The monument was dedicated in the 1870s. A New Jersey company is doing the restoration work on the statue and the granite monument. Well, the Red Sox making a splash this week with the reported signing of pitching ace David Price. The team will be paying out a lot of money for the left-hander, and the move has some fans wondering what the future may bring. Our Andy Madison has the story.
David Price takes the mound.
He's a pitcher the Red Sox have faced many times over the years, an ace fans know well.
That's a name that we need in the rotation. That's somebody that can really be a force.
The player himself, he's great. I love he's always harassed the Red Sox over the years.
Now he's joining them. David Price, considered the top free agent pitcher on the market, has reportedly signed a 7-year deal with Boston worth $217 million.
They had to do something, and I think that was a good move.
It's an expensive contract. You got to pay money to get good players, though, so I'm happy with it.
In central Massachusetts, you don't have to go far to find the Red Sox on display or those counting down the days until next season. While some express concern about the money, others are excited about Price being added to the roster in David Ortiz's last season.
They'll do something special. His last year, him coming in for his first year, so it should be good. Looking forward to it.
And this might be just the beginning of moves made by the Red Sox so they can get back to their winning ways.
The bullpen was not very good last year, and I feel more comfortable with a better bullpen.
They need at least another starter.
A move already creating more buzz for next season for the Red Sox. Andy Madison,